Yes, they are allowed to join because 3 to 4 candidates are from Indian society. So most of the candidates who want to join WhatsApp groups free of cost, they can willingly and they can most welcome to join and to enhance their communication skills and to speak and to master this language.
That's amazing. In that case, it is quite helpful for the people because I have seen comments in my videos too. They keep asking me about free WhatsApp group, but since I don't have any group, so I don't suggest anything to them. But you can just share your details of joining the group so that I can mention in the description box and people can approach you via that. So that's a great and
Yes.
huge favor for them, I would say. Okay. So I have a few questions to ask you since you are a teacher. You are a great English speaker, I must say, because I know you from the group of Sunita Rawat. I think you were there and you used to teach or post videos about English, and I used to watch those. So I can clearly say that you are a great teacher. So from that perspective, I would like to know your opinion on few questions. So can we begin?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So the first question is, have you ever seen a learner improve unexpectedly fast? And what made the difference? So, very good evening. How are you doing?
I am absolutely fit and fine, like golden, like the summer.
Okay. So how has your day been so far? Is that productive?
Yes, it is very productive since we are having our summer vacation and my kids are with me. I have to give them coaches, I have to upload my lectures, and apart from that, I have to do my household duties. So, being a motherhood, it is busy, but it is productive.
It is productive.
What
Okay.
about you?
Mine is not that productive, to be honest. You know that I think I had a session booked with you at 1 p.m. and I just done everything in order to attend that session. And somehow both of my children, they came upstairs and start shouting on each other, start fighting, crying. And I got really upset that time and I had to postpone that session up to now. So you can imagine that how my day was. It's not that
Yes,
great.
it is normal because we are mothers and we can just relate with one another. That situation is always unpredictable. Yes, there are two types of learners, and there are two types of teachers as well, and two types of you can say the trainers as well. Because we always categorize the students, but we don't categorize the teachers. And if an average student can be the excellent student, just not because of his abilities, sometimes an average student's abilities are hidden. So there we need a perfect or a teacher or a trainer who can motivate them, who can guide them. Sometimes as a student is not lacking in the abilities, in the capabilities, in education, in knowledge. No, not at all. Sometimes he is lacking in motivation. He needs some positive, some kind, some enthusiastic words, some motivational words, some determined word. Sometimes a small motivational story like my story. I was from the village. If I can relate this story to the kids that if you don't have any kind of resources, you can make wonders even with one grammar book, even with one textbook. So this is the exact point.
Right. You're right. So you've seen a kind of learner who improve unexpectedly fast just because they feel sometimes relatable with the trainers, like that kind. Can you please move your camera a bit
Recently,
lower? Your head, it is, yeah, now it is fine. Thank you. So,
recently,
hmm,
recently, one of my student is Muniba. She is a government teacher and she is a Urdu teacher.
oh,
So when she started uh, about a couple of weeks, my group, and she was quite reluctant. She was quite hesitant, so reluctant that she always muted the camera. She always muted the, you can say the mic also. So I always encourage Muniba. We want to listen you. We want to hear your sound only. I didn't say that these are the questions you have to answer this and this. No, I always ask that, Muniba, I want to listen your voice, only the voice. So she was so reluctant. But after a couple of weeks, she's making a lot of mistakes. I would not say that she is not making any kind of mistakes. Mistakes are there, but her fluency is also visible, because she is speaking marvelously, and she is expressing whatever is coming in her mind, and I correct her, and she is very happy.
Okay.
So this is the unexpected level of a learner.
Right. Got it. Okay. So, I mean, in your opinion, what is one speaking exercise that gives the highest return for beginners?
Very important question, and I would say the gist and the essence of this video is that what should be one exercise.
Yes.
I believe it is my personal perspective that until and unless something is in your brain,
Mm-hmm.
for example, if there is a bucket is empty, there is no water in the bucket, how can you produce, how can you extract, and how can you bring out some kind of water? No,
Right.
you are not in the position. So the very first thing is that if your mind is brimming with ideas, first you have to fill your brain. Very powerful exercise, because sometimes we neglect this part that we have to speak what to speak.
Right.
The question is what to speak and how we can make our brain capable to speak. So the very first thing is that we have to fill our brain with multiple ideas, so that multiple ideas can come out of our mouth. So the very first thing is fill your brain with input, but very remarkable, very important input. Like I always recommend in all my videos that read one page from article, any article, news article. This is the excellent thing. Because why I recommend always this? Because I am lover of article. Why? Because one page of article is not only the article. You are not reading one page of article. If you can read one page of article for 8 days, I
Mm-hmm.
am not limitizing it only for one day. One page of one article for 8 days consecutively. Now, what you are imbibing, what you are absorbing, you are absorbing not only the quality vocabulary, updated vocabulary, because in newspapers, in articles, we see the trending idioms, idiomatic expressions, phrases, even the beautiful sentence patterns and structures are there. So we don't have to rush to the advanced English words. We don't have to rush to the advanced and the separate courses, separate words for each and everything. Everything is provided in that magazine. And the plus point is that you are becoming familiarized with what is happening in the world. So 3 and 4 benefits are in single article. So my strategy, and I recommend always this strategy, is that read that one page of article for 8 days. One day you will not understand. No worry at all. You have to read. Second day, you will be familiarized with the idea, with the main character, what is presented in that one article. Now you have imbibed, you have grasped the idea. Second day is done. Third day, when it arrives, now you are familiarized with the idea, with the characters, with the. Now your eyesight will catch some tricky words, some unfamiliarized words, and they would be like the island. Now you will be fascinated by the island. Yes, everyone is fascinated by the island and wants to go. Those unfamiliarized words will catch your attention. Now the third day, you are getting and you are searching for those words and sentence structures. The fourth day arrives. Now you are familiarized with each and everything, and now your brain is unconsciously, naturally grasping all the things, and you are now in the position. On the fourth day, this is the wonderful activity to speak what is presented in the column, what is presented in the article. You will not speak very fluently, but you have to speak. Fifth day, same activity. Sixth day, same. Seven. And believe me, Krishma ji, believe me, on 8 day, learner would be surprised that he is unconsciously utilizing all those words which were a monster, which were a ghosting figure for him, but now he is quite conveniently using this. So this is the exact strategy every learner should practice, and he will see the magical results.
Okay. So, as per you, only not only speaking is enough, but first you should read and then you have to speak. First, give input to your mind and then try to practice it by speaking. That is most beneficial part. Yeah, definitely it can be. Even I haven't tried reading articles, to be honest, and I'm not a reading person. I don't like to read a lot, and even if it comes to reading, I choose a book which made me fascinated or interested, like the romantic novel or something like a murder mystery or like that. But I never gone through that newspaper or articles and all. But definitely, I would try once. That will definitely help me.
Believe me, I have cleared CSE exams like your UPS or any competitive exams at provincial level and also at Pakistan level. So I cleared English essay and Pressy and composition paper due to this habit of reading.
Okay,
It
great.
is toughest like your any competitive exams in India. This
Mm,
is so much beneficial.
Definitely, I would suggest all my learners to try this once at least, and then you can see the result. But what I feel is that fear of judgment is the bigger problem than lack of vocabulary, isn't it?
Vocabulary. Yes, every English learner in the beginning of their journey faces this problem that he has no vocabulary at all. But
No, my question is
have,
different.
have we ever seen the native speakers using very advanced words? They are using very simple, basic vocabulary, but they are fluent. For example, now we are non-native English speakers. What we try to do? We just jot down the difficult words, for example, and we do not know that this is the positive degree and what kind of degree this word has and in which condition we have to utilize. For example, I will relate only two words. For example, hungry and starvation. Hungry and starvation, these are only two words. Hungry, we always say I am hungry when you are searching and when you are feeling that you want to eat something normal basic activity. But we non-native speaker always say we starve. Why we starve? Because hungry is the one level, and the upper level, when you are starving, it means that you are not only hungry, you are feeling the acute condition. Like in deserts we are starving. Deserts, we can, there is where there is shortage of food. If there is shortage of food in on any place, we can say we are starving, but we have sufficient food, we only want to eat. So we should use eat, not starving. So we have to understand that complicated vocabulary cannot be the solution. We have to understand the degree of level. We have to understand which word is appropriate in which place. So simple vocabulary can make you fluent in English.
No, but I'm saying that vocabulary is not the problem. I'm saying the problem is fear of judgment. People have that fear of judgment even more than vocabulary problem. What do you want to say on this?
Yes, yes, judgment. Judgment is always there. If you are the greatest figure, someone would judge you that you are not, because it is reality that we are ideal in some societies, but we are villain in some other societies, in some other people's behavior, in some other. We cannot be the ideal figure everywhere.
Right.
So we have to understand this. If we have to progress, if we have to make something for ourselves, we have to make our ears shut for those things, and we have to always close our eyes towards those things. We have to move in the one direction. We have to see only that direction in towards which we are walking. No fear of judgment, nothing at all, because the if we pay attention to all these kind of things, these are only the hurdles, these are only the pebbles. Why we are just collecting the pebbles? And if we collect the pebbles, how can we make the way? We have to take out all those pebbles, make the way a smooth path for your destination. So this is all. We have to shut our eyes and the ears towards these all kind of judgments.
We shouldn't think about the judgment of others. Instead, we should focus on ourselves. This is what. Okay, but what is the most frustrating part of learning English that nobody talks about?
Okay. This is an other amazing question. Amazing questions you have gathered. Okay. Most frustrated part of this speaking or learning English language no one talks about is your inner voice.
Okay.
Inner voice, always there, always there. You are writing, inner voice says, no, you are not writing proper words, appropriate words. You are speaking, you are not up to the mark. What are you doing? Okay. If you have dared to have a voice call, there would be an inner voice which will say you, oh, don't do this. Don't do this. You will be
In a trouble.
a failure figure in that direction. So the most frustrated, which no one can see, no one can see, only you are traumatized by that inner voice is your inner voice. So we have to conquer that if we want to speak, if we want to excel in any field of life.
I think it's a great answer because nobody talks about this, but it is only us. We are holding back ourselves. I think we should change the mindset and we have to make ourselves that much strong that we shouldn't listen to our inner voice and we have to just keep focus on consistency and the goals. So that's how we can achieve it. But, I mean, what should a learner do when they feel stuck despite practicing every day?
Yes. Sometimes we practice a lot. Sometimes we speak and we do each and every kind of exercise and we are not seeing any kind of visible change. Then we become frustrated. We are in a panic situation. What should we do? It is not only related to spoken English, it is related to our channels also. Sometimes there are no views and we are stuck somewhere. What should we do? Should we stop? So then the positive and the most interesting answer is that you are ahead of so many people. You are ahead of so many people who are just thinking. You have created the channel, you have initiated your journey, and now you are ahead of 99% people who are just thinking to initiate, but they don't have the courage. So, in that condition, because sometimes the change is not visible, but change is surely there. It would be slow, but surely there. How it can be possible that you are struggling and change is not there? Change is there, but it is not visible. Like the seed. Sometimes seed is hidden down the earth and it takes so much time that we become frustrated that seed is hidden and it would not come out. But suddenly the branches are there and seed is sprouting and you are just amazed to see the greenery spreaded by that single seed. So we have to see that change is always there. It can be slow but surely there.
Is there any sign where, I mean, through those signs, a learner can understand that, okay, I am improving, even if the changes are not visible, but I am improving. He can satisfy himself. Is there any sign of the language which we could see?
Yes. Signs are always there. Signs are always there. If a learner should see those signs, and what are those signs?
Mm-hmm.
The signs are there. Sometimes you are stuck, but you still continue. You sleep with this thought that I am not progressing, I will not continue. I will not continue. Next day, you are continuing. You are repeating the same circle. You are speaking, you are joining the WhatsApp calls, you are having your conversation. After a couple of days, also, for example, if we leave this journey for 2 to 3 days, I am only giving the example of 2 to 3 days. Now you have stopped your journey of learning English language with 2 to 3 days. And believe me, during those 3 to 4 days, what will happen inside your brain? The brain will itself say you are not doing anything. And you will start again. You will restart again. So this is the plus point. And this is the major point that you are improving. That's why you have continued your journey again. You are not stuck with your destination. You have not stopped learning this. If you are continuing your struggle, then it is the positive and visible sign that you are progressing.
All right, I can completely agree with this point of yours. But do you think that self-doubt is the biggest enemy of all the English learners?
Self-talk. Self-talk is not only the talk. Krishmaji, self-talk is the catharsis.
Self-doubt. Doubt.
Self-doubt. Okay, self-doubt.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do you think it is the biggest
self-doubt.
enemy of English learners?
Self-doubt is the biggest enemy and biggest villain of every human being.
Right.
Where there is doubt, how a person can make progress. So we have to beat. We beat and we defeat so many people around you. Sometimes we are not fighting with swords and the guns, but we are still fighting.
Yes.
Sometimes we are fighting with the circumstances. Sometimes we are fighting with the beliefs and the ideas
Mm.
surrounding us.
Right.
So if we have to make ourselves believe, if we can struggle, if we can fight with all those things, why cannot with ourselves?
Mm. Right. So I think people have to guide their mind for this. I mean, we shouldn't self-doubt, because when you self-doubt, you actually lose all the opportunities. You must have to believe in yourself first. If you want to start something new, something fresh, start believing in yourself. Start with an optimistic thought, positive thought. Then only you may succeed in that thing. That's true. But now I want to know about your English. I mean, how did you improve? Did you get the same environment, or you improve your English? I mean, after you grow up, how was your journey, and how much time did you take?
English was introduced as a subject when I was in grade 5.
Okay.
As a subject, we were reading or we were studying, and English was introduced in the 5th grade. And I just knew that English teacher was given so much respect. Everyone just viewed English teacher Miss Afia was there, and everyone viewed her as a honored and the most distinguished figure because she can speak English, because she is teaching English. And this thing clicked in my mind that if that single teacher, because of single subject, is rewarding so much, there are so many other teachers, but they are not getting the same reward. So why should I have to excel in that? So I started that my journey, how I used to narrate the story. For
Okay.
example, a beautiful thirsty crow story, because in grade 5 there were thirsty crow and fox and grave, these kind of stories were there. So simple stories. There was no internet connection at that moment, no, not at all, was available to each and everyone. Basically in villages there were no, I belong to a village, a rural area. So I used to create a story, a thirsty crow in my own version.
Okay.
He was flying in somewhere, but I flew him in another direction in my own words. So
Okay.
I used to create story in my own way, and there was a long distance between my house and my school, and there was a canal, and you can say a wood jungle, and green fields were there. I had to cross with my friends all these things. So I used to narrate all these things. Now greenery is there, crops are flying, and all this swaying, and the water is flowing, how it is flowing, it is stucking somewhere. So I used to narrate it to myself within my mind, using simple present tense, using always simple present tense, because I was not familiarized that I am making something, but I was fascinated that I am doing something. I used to walk, I used to narrate all these things. What is the weather? How are the crops looking? And
Mhm.
how they are growing? So each and everything. So this fascination grew when I was in BA. My sir Amar Bil Adal was there, and because of him I did my masters in English. And
Okay.
Krishna ji, he was such a versatile personality that when he used to teach, we could hear the sounds of the leaves. We were reading leaves, but we could hear the sounds of the leaves through his voice.
Okay.
So melodious voice. So he used to picturize each and everything. Dramatic. I still remember the Miltonic lines that mind can make the heaven out of hell and hell out of heaven, because of his character, because of that single figure. So this was my entire journey, and I did my masters, and then I did my history, all those things because of that. But my passion towards this language didn't stop. I used to narrate. I was always the speaker. I was always the audience
Okay.
of
So you
mine.
used to do self-talk basically.
Yes,
Okay. So at what age you were able to speak fluent English?
at BA level.
Oh, okay, okay. And since how long have you been into teaching?
Since 15 years,
Oh
15
my,
long years.
it's a long time actually. So do you think that like has teaching English made you more patient as a person?
Yes, always a teacher should have a diverse personality. We are another kind of version when we joined this profession, and we became some other kind of version when we are teachers. So being a teacher makes you many things.
Right. So how does learning a language help someone grow beyond language itself?
Yes, a very interesting question. Because if I knew only my regional language, that was Urdu or
Okay.
Punjabi, because I live in Punjab, so Punjabi and Urdu because I belong to Pakistan. So these two languages were there. If I was only proficient in Punjabi, then how many people can know me at this level? Approximately only Punjab or some of the other population. But if I know, and if I now I am running my YouTube channel, I am uploading the videos, and now I receiving the comments worldwide.
Yes.
So it means that learning a language not only reshapes your destiny, it gives you immense opportunities, and whatever you want to do, you can do with this single language. Because over 1 billion, if I am not wrong, population can speak English language. So all the trades, all the commerce, and all those things, traded businesses are done in English language. So this is the most important language. This should be the cherished language of everyone.
Yes, completely satisfied with your answer because even I can see a great transition in my behavior, my personality since I know this language. Because earlier I used to be kind of hesitant person because I did not know this language. So when two people talking to each other, I used to feel like, wow, they are talking in English. I cannot say anything. So I was like, used to feel like kind of inferiority complex. Like why I did not know that. But since I know this language, I'm getting that kind of confidence where I feel that I can talk to anybody. I mean, there is no restriction. And most people in cities, or I mean, globally, it's a language where, I mean, uh, English used as a language globally. So we are very comfortable talking or connecting with people. So I think you have given the right answer. And I think we are running out of time. Hardly we have a few minutes. So, but again, I would say that it's amazing talking to you. And thank you so much for joining me today on my channel. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, I would say, because talking to Karishma uh, was a dream of mine.
Oh my
I
God.
always have, always wanted to have a conversation, a vibrant and fantastic conversation. We can converse with one another on the variety of topics, I would say. So now my dream is fulfilled. I am happy and satisfied.
Definitely, we
Thank you
can
so much.
connect again if you want for your channel and we can discuss some other topic. Because for my channel, I feel most of the English beginners are there and I just want to inspire them just by sharing others' journey and, giving things about English, like how you can learn it. So for that reason, I put the questions relatable. But for next time, if you want it for your channel, we can discuss some different topic which people can listen and improve their English. But for now, thank you so much for joining. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.